Hey folks, Lauren here with Cowboy Compass.
Hey everyone.
So today I am joined by my fiance Jacqueline because we are reviewing a pair of ladies cowboy boots, but this isn't any pair of cowboy boots. If y'all have actually been watching the channel, in December we're at Cowboy Christmas. We stopped at the Fenoglio boot and we got Jacqueline the same pair of cowboy boots as I got, the Fenoglio Black Roughout. However, my black Victoria Roughouts were black. Hers are a different color, but you're going to have to keep watching the video to find out what color they are. But she wanted the best pair of riding boots, and I feel those are my favorite pair of riding boots. So that's the one she got. So let's go ahead and get into it. Also, here they are, the pink Roughout boots from Fenoglio. So if y'all haven't seen that video that I was talking about in early December, don't you worry about it. I will leave a link in the description below to that video. And Jacqueline was trying them boots on. However, here they are. Now we're going to do the official unboxing, and we're going to be riding in it just a little bit later on. But let's go ahead and open this out. Now, first thing we're going to check out is the box, obviously. The box is the same one that Fenoglio has always used, and it's a beautiful box. I wouldn't change anything about it. Got that beautiful wood design on it with the cardboard, and it says Fenoglio Boot Company, made in the USA in Tacoma, Texas. It's one of the most amazing things about Fenoglio Boot. I've actually visited the Fenoglio Boot factory, and I've interviewed one of the heads of operation there, and I'll leave a link to the video on the description below of that too. So let's go ahead and open this box up and see how they look like.
I'm so excited for these.
All right, so here we are. So pretty simple unboxing right here. So we have the paper right there, and then the boots come out.
The boot.
So, of course, take this out and keep this. And let's take this out.
Look at these.
Put that right here on the side.
I'm like mind blown by these, how beautiful they are.
Aren't they though?
Yeah. So,
I have these exact same boots, but in black. And I'm actually wearing them today right now since we're going to be riding. So one of the most amazing things about these boots, I got to say, is they have been the most durable boots that I've ever owned. And I've put them through a lot of stuff that I've put a lot of other boots through. And these are the only ones that held up and are still going strong. So let's go ahead and get into the rundown of these boots. So we're going to start with the sole as usual. So this is the Wrench Tough sole, and the Wrench Tough sole, again, it has been one of the toughest sole that I've ever put on my foot. It actually has been the toughest one that I've ever put on my foot. And the reason being is that they're made out of this rubber material that literally does not wear down. I've never had it wear down yet. And it's really grippy when you're on the saddle. So they really grip to the stirrup. And they are absolutely beautiful. So you got that, but then it's also mixed in with the leather. So they did put leather right here on the heel, and they also have the rubber cap. Now, as far as mine goes, the rubber cap is one thing I did have to replace. They did go really fast, but then I put a little heavier core Vibram one, and they were perfect. So I wouldn't let that get in the way. I would definitely wear those. Now, you got the leather stacked heel right here, and you still on the welt have leather, and in the back of the heel you also have a spur shelf, which is a really good spur shelf. It's very pronounced spur shelf right here for your ladies that wear spurs. You're gonna have a single stitch welt all throughout, so it's really well built. Now, as far as the toe shape, this is my favorite toe shape. This is the cutter toe. very nicely done, very wide. It's very slant rod in the front. It's just a good looking boot. What do you think?
This is the nicest pair of riding boots I think I've ever had. It's just beautifully made.
They are. And the rough out is really nice looking, as y'all could see.
I don't know if the camera will even do how nice the rough out is justice, because in person that's just really, really nice.
If y'all are ever wear American Hat Company hats, if you guys know about the 20X Grizzly hat, well, this boot is finished kind of like the Grizzly hat. It just looks that cool, and it gives it that real cowboy sensation when you see them on somebody's foot. So that is what you could come to expect. There is no toe bug. Never bothered me. They actually literally bent right in the right area, so you don't have to worry about your toe actually not bending in the right area. It really did it perfectly fine. Now it goes from a pink vamp onward to the shaft. Is going to be a turquoise shaft. It looks really good. The stitching on the shaft is really well done. It's actually
pink.
It's a pink and white stitching on the turquoise shaft. It looks really good. I hope y'all could see it, just how beautiful this boot is. So you're going to have pull straps on this boot, and it's just really well done. On the inside, you got cowhide lining, and the seams are really well done. I've never been able to feel the seams. As a matter of fact, if you get these boots sized correctly, they're going to be one of the most comfortable boots you'll ever wear. So it's going to be leather all throughout, even on the inside. And then one thing that I love the most about them is going to be the inside. The insole is going to be leather, a thin leather piece all throughout. So there's no extra foam or anything of the sort. It's just leather all throughout, and that's what I really love. To me, that's what a traditionally made boot is, and this is definitely along the line of a traditionally made boot. Also, I want to talk about the counter. It is one of the toughest counters that I've ever felt on a pair of cowboy boots. So this boot is extremely rigid, extremely well made. If I had to give this boot one flaw, it was the rubber heel cap. Of course, I've owned mine for 2+ years, and I've been riding in them and put them through the abuse. And I just replaced that very soon after I got them, and it was perfectly fine. I don't know if the rubber cap has been changed, but if it hasn't, it doesn't matter. It was $25 for a heel cap to be replaced. Let's go ahead, put these boots on, get the horses tacked up. Let's get going. So it's been a few weeks since we've unboxed these boots. And Jacqueline, what do you think about them?
Well, aesthetically, they're a 10 out of 10. Out of all the boots we have reviewed so far, these have been the most exciting that I've tried on, that I've worn. I've got to ride in these. Aesthetically, they're beautiful. They're pink. I love pink. The Fenoglios, I adored meeting them at Cowboy Christmas. It was such an amazing experience purchasing the boots. I could go on and on. I know that's not what we're all here to hear, but from the moment I purchased these, I knew they were going to be a great pair of boot, probably the best one that I own in my closet, and I think that's where that's the topic of conversation today.
Yep, and as soon as we're going to head to Nakona, Texas, we'll go ahead and be visiting the factory of Fenoglio Boot Company. But like I said, I do own the same boots, but in the black, and I gotta say they have been my favorite riding boot overall, just because of the grip that they've provided with that wrench tough sole, and just being able to be as tough of a boot as possible with that very good Roughout hide, and just overall great construction, great fit, super comfortable. I am wearing my Elephant Fenoglios just for today because we're doing this video, and I really do love these two. So as far as a riding boot, these are phenomenal. Regardless if you are a beginner rider or an advanced rider and you're looking for your first pair of riding boots, you cannot go wrong with these. With the spur shell that they have, with the wrench tough sole that provides grip, and give it that aesthetic that it still looks like you got leather sole. And the Roughout, even being pink and it gets dirty, I think it aesthetically looks even better once they start getting dirtier. What do you think about that?
Yeah, it gives them some character, and I mean, obviously they're beautiful when they come out of the box, but they wear very well.
Yep. And also another thing about them, how did you feel like as far as having them on the stirrups as far as grip?
It was good. I mean, I typically band myself in. I did not during the video that we filmed for this particular review, but there was definitely some traction there that you feel more so in another boot. Like my other riding boots that I said adios to were the Ariat boots, the Tech Step something.
Yep.
And those are have a really nice traction on them too. It was great. I mean, it was overall a really good experience. You have to obviously break them in first, and that first ride is a little like a tough squeeze, but other than that, it was great after a couple of days. And I rode in them many more times after just that short clip. So that's also something to be said.
Yep. And another thing is, a good boot is going to take a little bit more time to break in, just because it's going to form fit and it's just going to be a better quality boot. So they will take a little bit more time to break in. I know my Fenoglios, they took a little bit of time to break in. But again, that is what you get when you get a great American-made boot that is handmade. Another thing that I got to say about these is the fact that they are handmade in Texas. And that is a wonderful thing, because for the price that you are going to be paying for these, you're going to most likely get a boot that is made in Mexico or something else, but well, mainly made in Mexico. However, for $399, which is what this boot retails for, I don't think you could get a much better boot, especially not something that's made in Texas. That's just phenomenal value right there. Another thing that I actually wanted to touch on is, yes, they do provide grip. However, if you are a tie down roper or a steer wrestler and you need to come off your stirrups, that is not going to be a problem. As much of a grip as they provide, once you kind of let off, they will come right out of the stirrup as you want to. So they're super versatile in that way. They're just a perfect riding boot in my opinion, and I couldn't ask for anything better. What about you?
Yeah, I was just, like I said earlier, I was really excited about this review. I've been waiting to do it. I love the experience of learning about the Fenoglio, the family, the company, the people there, and I can't say enough good things about them themselves. I can't say enough good things about the boot, and I'm not just saying that because it's a review. I'm saying that from my heart. I'm really passionate about this product, and it's been really a joy to get to try them out and wear something that's made in Texas, and I loved it. I loved every part of it. So
Yep. And on top of that, the cutter toe shape, functionality, looks good all around the board. And of course, this is the pink one. Now, they have a bunch of different colors. I know they have the olive ones. I have the black ones. and they have a bunch of different colors to choose from. So yes, this is a ladies color. However, guys, if you're watching this review, get yourself a pair of one in different colors. And ladies, same thing, they have them with the wrench tough sole just like this in multiple different colors. So that is all I have for y'all today. If you like this review, please hit like and subscribe to the channel. We have a lot more things coming here on Cowboy Compass, and we'll catch you on the next one.
Bye.